Mayor Woodward, wanted to get
Yeah.
your reaction to council making a couple actions here last night. So deferring the vote for fluoridation and then going forward with that $4 million grant. We saw your Facebook and Twitter post, but was hoping you can elaborate your reaction to their action last night.
Yeah, I was encouraged that they deferred the vote indefinitely on fluoridating the water. But the decision to receive or accept the grant, the $4 million to look at implementing fluoridation of our water system, I think is a bit out of sequence. Typically you would have a plan and then you'd figure out how to pay for it. We're doing it, kind of backwards. And I really do, though, my concern is that it has put the city on a path toward fluoridation without a public vote. And I've been advocating all along two things: that this is an emergency situation, that the decision shouldn't be made under a COVID emergency or even an emergency to accept funds. And number two, that there should be a public vote on the matter. This is a huge decision, and it's a decision that will impact every single one of our citizens. And so I think that we owe it to them to hear them clearly and to put it on the ballot for a vote.
I think you kind of hit on the head, kind of describing that this really just puts them on a no turning back path, really, to implementing fluoridation. I wonder, though, not to get too much in the weeds of process, going this route, is there still a chance for the public to even vote in the future, even though they've headed this direction?
Absolutely, because this grant actually gives us time. There's no hurry to make any decisions. In fact, right now is a good time to gather even more information, to inform ourselves and to inform the community, and then put it on an advisory vote so that people have a say. We do have a path out of this, however. But if we do spend any of that grant money, we are required to spend to reimburse the grantee or the grantors that money.
I guess, is it fair to say, from your perspective, this might be a catch-22 situation? It's nice to see the city going forward, maybe taking the opportunity to study what it would look like, what options there are, and research more. But then the catch-22 is, well, if we spend any of that money, there's no really turning back, or no easy way of turning back.
And that's the concern I have, Amanda, with a grant that has so many strings attached. You are held hostage, so that if you do make any decisions or you change your path, change your direction, you are required to pay all that money back. So we're obligated. There's a serious obligation to this money.
I think that was some confusion, some of our viewers not reading beyond the headline of, well, it looks like free money. We're getting free money from nonprofits, but no, if we use it, you got to pay it back. So I think want to make sure to get that clear to folks.
And it's not even an amount that will cover what we believe will be the full cost of implementing fluoridation in our water. Our own public works assessment is that it's going to cost millions more, as much as $6 million or beyond. And then you have an operational cost of $600,000 annually. So, and then there are hidden costs that oftentimes will come up along the way. So we don't know what the true amount is right now, and the $4 million will not cover it.
So what plans do you have moving forward from council's action last night?
Well, my plan is to just take time. I haven't seen the final version of the grant yet. I'm waiting from the city's clerk office for that. And then we will gather more information alongside with the city council, and I will continue, Amanda, to advocate for a public vote.
Well, leads me to my next question. How will you continue advocating for folks who are maybe upset with the council's decision and want to see that public vote?
Well, I've done it through my communications with the community, my engagement with the community, and my conversations with the city council. I've made it very clear that I think that if we're going to go this route, that they need to hear fully from our community, and the only way to do that is through a public vote.
How will you continue to work with city council, even though the path they've taken is something that you disagree with?
Oh, the city council and we have a lot of common ground, but there are other areas where we don't see eye to eye, and we continue working together all the time. I mean, I have weekly meetings with our council members, and that's what we do, right? We work on the things that we agree on, but then we work through the things that they don't necessarily agree on. So that's not going to change my relationship with them.
I think that hits it on the head. I wanted to offer an opportunity. Is there anything that we haven't made clear about kind of where things are with this that you think we should really try to drive home for viewers tonight?
Well, I would just say that with the acceptance of this grant money, we are on a path to fluoridation. But I will do everything I can to convince our council that they need to listen to the full community, and that I will continue to advocate for a public vote.